Today, I'm going to show you how to build your own G-Seat for less than 100 bucks. You see that I'm already pushed back, and when I start I can feel the pressure. It pushes me the whole time. So you can really feel how your brief is starting to snap. First of all, thank you very much for my first 100 subscribers. This really means a lot to me, and as a big thank you to you guys, I would like to share one of my greatest immersion hacks for sim racing and flying with you today. If you're serious about sim racing, you know that a good wheel, pedals and a motion platform can make a huge difference. However, what if I told you there's another piece that most rigs miss out? The feeling of real G-forces pushing you into the seat, pushing your body into the corner, pressing your back and legs the way it happens in a real car? I'm diving into G-Seats today. Yes, those specialized simulator seats designed to simulate sustained G-load, and we are going to compare two top retail options. Stick around to the end, because then I'm going to show you how I built my own budget version of a G-Seat that cost me less than 100 bucks and gives a real extra layer of immersion without spending another 3,000 or 4,000. So what are G-forces and why can't a motion platform alone don't give us the full story? In a real race car, you have a combination of forces. Under braking, it pushes you forward. Under acceleration, it pulls you backwards. In a corner, you're pushed sideways. That's called lateral G. Your body feels pressure on your back, legs and sides. Our human sensing is a mix of what we see, what our inner ear feels and what our body feels through the seat belt, the seat and the floor. Research shows that when you add stimulation like pressure to your body, you can improve the perception and realism of your motion sensation. Now, a motion platform is already really great. It moves you in pitch, roll, surge, sway, heave. But because it's physically limited in how far and how fast it can move, especially for sustained G-load, it struggles. So, for example, if you're holding a long corner with 0.9 G, you kinda only tilts you until you reach your limit, and then you may lose the feeling of continuous pressure. That is where G-Seat separates itself. It doesn't rely on only moving the entire cockpit, it applies pressure cues, panels, cushions, belts. It holds your body in place and gives you the feeling of a force acting on you. This kind of counter pressure helps to trick your own brain to think that there are actual G-forces working pressure on your body. Now, with that in mind, let's look at two real-world commercial solutions. Let's jump right into the first one, the SimXperience GS-5 G-Seat. This is perhaps the benchmark. From SimXperience, the GS-5 is built to deliver sustained omnidirectional motion feedback via panels to your back, legs and push you in response to telemetry. Reviewers say it truly excels that mid-corner pressure. The GS-5 is able to keep applying that pressure throughout the corner. You can really feel all the detail of what the car is doing mid-corner. If you ask me, the build quality looks pretty decent and the motors seem to move the panels very quick and responsive. The GS-5 comes at a price of $3,000 and it will weigh around 75 pounds, so you need to keep this in mind because this will put a lot more stress on your motion platform. The price is quite steep, its size and complexity is high, and there are some reports about loud servo noise, especially if you're using speakers or if you want to stay friends with your neighbors. So if you're building the ultimate sim rig and your budget allows this could be a strong pick. However, the noise is a very important factor, at least to me. Moreover, when going over the website and scrolling through the supported games, it looked to me like it hadn't been updated for like the last 2 years, so I'm not sure if the latest games are still working with the GS5. Please, if there are any GS5 owners out there, feel free to leave a comment here and tell me if games like MSFS 2024 or like the latest F1 titles are supported, because those weren't on the website. If you're enjoying my videos, please make sure to hit the like button and drop a comment below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to not miss out on any of my future videos. It's one click for you, but a huge support for my work. And to thank you, I'm gonna show you what happens if you're parking here on the highway for a little too long. Let's come to the second one. Formerly known as SimDeck, it's now called EmotionSimulators ESeat Surge Sway seat. I hope my tongue didn't break now. Anyways, it focuses on two key effects: surge for acceleration and braking, as well as sway for cornering, and it moves via panels in the seat. It comes at a price of around £2,000 plus VAT. Compared to the GS5, it weighs a little bit less. It comes at around £40, and it also is supposed to be working with PC as well as with consoles. Unfortunately, I haven't found many reviews about this product online. When going over their YouTube channel, I couldn't really find any video that featured the GSeat in detail, and also when I was diving deep onto the website, some of the links were outdated, so I couldn't find much information about it. But if you're an ESeat owner, please share your experience down below in the comments. Alright, now here comes the fun part. If you are already owner of a motion platform or considering buying one in the future, listen closely now. I wanted to add some extra GeForce sensation to my motion rig without spending another 3 or 4K. That's why I decided to build my very own do-it-yourself version of a GSeat, and here's how it works. All you need is pump wedges, hoses and connectors. Then you need to connect 2 of the pump wedges with a connector and a valve in the middle. Just imagine the second pump wedge here, because I only had one left and I didn't want to rip out the other one from my existing GSeat. Push down the left pump wedge, you will see that the right one will blow up, and vice versa. With the valve you can control how much air flows into the pumps. Alright, for those who still didn't get it, let's watch this video. No way! And now here comes the tricky part. To make them work with my rig passively, I added a few wooden plates to the left side and back side of my rig, and I inserted the pump wedges in between to use the movement of the motion passively to compress the pump wedges, and due to the connection with the hoses, they will basically lead the air through the hoses to the pump wedges in the seat, and they will blow up when the pump wedges on the sides and back and front of the seats are being compressed. And due to the weight of your body, you're always going to compress the pillows again, which will bring the air back into the pillows as soon as the platform lifts. Now you may ask how I put the pillows into my seat. For this project I used the Sparko Grid Q. It's a bucket seat which I am highly satisfied with. It has a lot of pillows where you can hide the GSeat pillows inside so you won't see it from the outside. Here you can see the pressure points where I applied pillows on the seat. If you want to grab a great deal on it, right now there's a Black Friday sale at the moment with 11% off. And if you want to support the channel, please use the link in the description at no extra cost for you. Alright, now I'm going to show you where I put the pillows in my seat. Here you can see the positions. I have 3 on each side, 1 in the braking area under the legs. You can open the lid on the bottom, and there you can see that you can easily hide the hoses and the cables for your transducers down here, which is really helpful. Put it back down and it's gone. First of all, I will showcase you how the brake works. When the rig moves forward, it compresses the pillow, and then the big pillow under your legs will be inflated and vice versa. Now let me explain how the pillows in my back work. I have one for the left, one for the right side, and one in the middle of the seat area. When the rig moves backwards, they compress all three of these pillows, which gives a nice feeling of acceleration, and due to the weight of the body, they are going to be compressed again as soon as the rig is moving forward. One little pillow is hidden under the main cushion in the seat. Now let's look at the side of the rig. Here I got two pillows on each side. One is applying pressure on the leg and one is applying pressure on the hip, depending how far the rig is already tilted to the front or to the back. To get the best control over the effects of my G-Seat, I decided to add those pumps to the left and right side of G-Seat, so I can adjust them easily on the fly when I'm sitting in my rig. Now let me show to you how this feels in practice. So what I'm trying to showcase you now is how the feelings of the G-Seat translate to my body. So I'm trying to explain what happens here. I'm currently in the F18 in Rio de Janeiro, and now I'm going to do a start with the afterburner. The brake is still engaged. I'm using the brake, and now you see that I'm already pushed back, and when I start I can feel the pressure in my back. So gears are in now. When I pull the lever, I can even turn more to the back, and in combination with the active belt tensioner, that really feels like G-forces. So what I'm going to do now is I'm gonna take a curve, a roll to the left, and now what happens is that I really feel like the pressure of the pillows on the left side, which is pretty cool, and it pushes me the whole time. So you can really feel how your breath is starting to snap until you go back into the middle. The same is with the right side. There you basically get the pillows being compressed down here on my leg and on the sides and on the upper body when I pull the pitch a little bit. So that feels really nice. Going straight again. Okay. So let's test the brake now. I'm taking a little bit of height, going off the gas, and now I push down my nose. So the whole thing turns to the front, and now I'm getting pulled by my belts, but also feel like how the pillows on my legs put pressure among my legs, and that gives a nice effect of falling down. Let's try it again. Really gentle. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. Hitting the gas again. Afterburner. Going back, and now the pressure comes back in my back. So yeah, actually pretty nice. It's a little bit jerky at the moment because I'm trying this with SimHub. Normally I fly with SRS, which in my opinion translate the feeling of the flight and the motion in the plane better than SimHub, but somehow made a few problems, so I'm stopping this now before I hitting the ground. And this was just to give you a little showcase on how the pillows work in the seat, and it feels really great. Alright guys, I really hope you enjoyed that video. Now make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and also check out the other videos on my channel, and see you next time.